Hello, YouTube fam. How y'all doing? This is your Uncle Tim. This is Uncle Tim Rants and Reviews, the channel where I rant and I review. How many of you all actually miss KB Toys and Toys R Us? Now, I know a lot of you all will say, what, KB Toys and Toys R Us went out of business. But Toys R Us is back, huh? Not that Toys R Us. I'm talking about the Toys R Us from my childhood. That Toys R Us that you went in and it was an experience, man. You looked at Jeffrey. He was there as a big-ass mascot. Then you looked at every damn thing else that was going on. It was just like a whole bunch of shit just going on, just popping out at you. And you like, man, your eyes were literally just bulging out of your head because you just couldn't contain it. Toys R Us was an experience that if your parents or, friends took you there, man, you was just like in awe. You seen all the latest stuff. You seen representatives from those companies, sometimes demonstrating shit. And you like, you just sitting there thinking to yourself like, wow. And for everybody who said, hey, you coughing, I'm taking something for it, fam. It don't work overnight. Just to let you know, medicine don't work overnight. Like that motherfucker the ass. Yes, I am. But you know what? Also, I remember going into Toys R Us, man, as a grown-ass man. I had just got back into, collecting toys, and it had Zoids. And they had all kind of Zoids, man. I was going from store to store. I bought like so much of shit, man. It was just crazy. And that's back when stuff was, an affordable price, man. Those prices were amazing. I still remember when the Toys R Us were going out of business and they had liquidation sales, man. And I mean, they were selling everything, the fixtures, the toys, the gumball machines, gigantic gumball machines, with the swirls that the gumballs slide all the way around. Then it goes to the man, that was just amazing. Just looking at all of this stuff, man. Then when KB Toys, which was a store just chocked, to the brim with goodness, you had Transformers, you had video games, you had action figures, die-cast cars. You had everything, man. I mean, when I say everything, everything, man. I had like a ton of shit. Like when I went in there and I seen they had like the Marvel Universe figures, like repackaged Hasbro toys. They had them for like 4 for $5. You had 4 action figures for $5. Then they did another one, 5 for $5. Then they took it to a whole new level, fam. They had damn near like 7 for $10 or 6 for $10. And you sitting there to yourself like you over there having a mental breakdown because you like, man, I could buy all this shit. And the people were like, what is your wife saying about you buying all this stuff? I said, hell, I pay all the bills. What is she saying? They stopped, they thought about it, and shut their damn mouth. Fam, I'm going to tell you something. At the time when I was collecting, man, I was paying for everything back then. And, and I looked at it as I look at it now. When you collecting, man, it's something, man. I mean, I remember when all the latest figures were dropping and so much of stuff was on clearance at KB Toys. It wasn't clearance. It was just, man, it was just amazing. I seen other collectors in there. We had conversations. We talked about how they doing stuff. One guy said, I'm making a chessboard with fire and ice. Like, fire action figures, then, ice action figures, like Iceman and all of those other people, and, like Pyro and all of those, and, Fire Lord. Man, it was just amazing to look at some of this shit. It was amazing to talk to other collectors, and I was in my 20s at the time, man, and, they were just hipping me up on game. I said, man, how do I buy all this stuff and I don't got money enough for it? They said, only buy what you can, man. They said, I understand. They said, we got storage units full of shit, man. And I thought about it. I said, I don't want to be that damn person. I said, how you going to know what you got if it's inside of a storage unit, man? And that's real talk right there. I think a lot of people don't understand. This is when you need to slow it down a little bit. If you can't see what you got, or if you don't know what you have, even if you have it on a spreadsheet or whatever, fam, after a while, you be like, yeah, this ain't making too much sense. Because it's not. You got to call it for what it is. It's on some BS, man. So that's why I say you got to make sure you understand. But those stores I miss, when Toys R Us actually came back, it wasn't the Toys R Us that we all knew and loved, man. That Toys R Us was gone, man. This is why they're talking about they might try to bring back flagship stores. A store where you could actually go and have that Toys R Us experience. Remember back in the day you had those FAO Swartz? Then you had that other big toy store. I forgot what it was named back in the 70s and early 80s. They went out of business, because, the demand for toys and things like that, which toys in actuality are luxury items. The demand for all this stuff changed. They started talking about, stuff for school and things like that, more learning toys. Nobody really wants that shit. Just being honest. Back then, kids only wanted toys. They don't want something. Now, all of a sudden, people mad because that's all they playing with is their electronics. You treat somebody like an adult, they're going to act like one. They don't start behaving. You need to stay in a kid's place. You never let them be a kid. So how are you mad? These are many adults now. They're no more children anymore. They're playing with phones. They over here paying bills and shit. Anytime you paying bills, man, you're an adult. And I'm not talking about some simple, you paying your own cell phone bill. These motherfuckers paying half the rent, part of the rent. They paying light, gas. Dude, you got to save. And I'm going to be honest with a lot of you all. When I was little, I had to pay something on rent and something towards this and something towards that. Man, I learned a lesson. Once everything was said and done, I got my ass up out of there. You know what? I understood one thing. Toys can be an escape. They build imagination. It's a lot of fun. I'm not saying that electronics don't do that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, to me, that's what my generation was. And, probably the generation after that. It's nothing wrong with that. See, they're trying to do away with physical media, man. You see the digital toys they're making now. They're digital, just like Roblox and all of this stuff. Fortnite. You could do digital shit on there, and these are your toys. I don't want that. Who wants that? But to later, fam, thank you for watching. Peace out.